Good afternoon, my dear students. Last class we have discussed water pollution. We have studied some aspect regarding that. Today we will study domestic sewage and industrial effluents. So, domestic sewage. How domestic sewage forms? Domestic sewage, it is occurring from cities, towns and homes. You are using day-to-day life. We are using the water for different purposes, for clothing, for cooking. So whatever we are polluted, that domestic sewage that enters into the streams, then it moves and it enters into the rivers. Like that, the streams, rivers, ultimately the oceans it reaches. So whatever wherever it goes, it pollutes the water. So it is called as a domestic sewage. Domestic sewage means from household, household, then cities, then towns. So this sewage is formed. That sewage is a what? Sewage is a pollutant for we are using in household. So that is a pollutant. This pollutes the water is polluted for different purposes we are using. So now we will discuss the waste water composition. So this sewage, how it is formed, we understood. Now we will discuss what sewage, composition of waste. Composition means the water, the polluted water or sewage, what it consists. So 99.9% of water, in that 0.1% of water impurities not suitable for human usage. See here, how sewage is formed, we know. So 99.9% of water, in that 0.1% of water, if it is polluted, means it is not suitable for human usage. So whatever the pollution is occurring, so we take before only precautions. Before we living into the river, first of all you have to treat the water, then you supply that water to the streams, rivers, etc. So that has to be done before only. So now you will see sewage water, what it consists. It consists, or composition of water, what it consists. You see now, composition of sewage, waste, composition of waste water. So first of all we see now solid substances, suspended Suspended will present in water, wastewater. Which water? Wastewater. Wastewater it is a sewage. Suspended solids. Example. Say mud or then clay slip and clay. Then colloidal matter. Colloidal matter. Example. These are fecal matter or say mud or sand. This is sand. Fecal matter, then bacteria, then paper, fiber, then cloth, then dissolved substances. Dissolved means it is present in wastewater. Dissolved substances. They are example. See, nutrients. Nutrients, they are nitrites. Then sodium. Then phosphate. Then ammonia. So nitrate, sodium, phosphate, ammonia. These are present in dissolved substances. Where the composition of wastewater. We are studying the composition of water. What wastewater consists? This in suspended solids. In water it consists suspended solids. When the water, whatever we are using that water through household, from cities, hospitals, so the water is mixed with sand. When they are flowing, so the sand is also present. So sand is also mixed with water and slate. It means it was a what? Soil, then clay. So these are the smallest particles of soil. Those these are present in that water. So these are the solid form. So it is easily to remove. So they are solid state. Now, even the household, from the house, fecal matter. So through the toilets, whatever the fecal matter that is entered into the water system. So through drainage. So that also present in wastewater. Then in the water, you see bacteria. Bacteria also present, and paper fibers, cloth, etc. also mixed with the water. So they make the water pollution, or water is polluted due to these colloidal matters. So they makes the water pollution. Now the dissolved substance, what are they? They are the nutrients. Nutrients means these are the nutrients. What are nitrate, sodium, phosphate, ammonia? These are the nutrients present in the polluted water. When nutrients are more present, we see more aquatic plants are grown on that water condition. In polluted water, you see wherever you see the plants are floating on the surface of the water. The aquatic plants, the iconic like plants, they grow abundantly in polluted water. Also, you see algal blooms. Algal blooms means some algae, they are luxuriantly grown on the polluted water. So why? Due to the nutrients. Nutrients, how it is nutrients added to that water system is from household, hospitals, like that. For domestic purpose, whatever human being is using, that water is not purified or not treated earlier, so directly introduced into the water system. That water system, it reaches to the lakes, rivers, etc. So that has to be going. So dissolved substances, you understood what dissolved substances? They are the nutrients. They are like nitrate, sodium, phosphate, ammonia. They are present. Now we'll see what are the function of this bacteria. So bacteria, these are the organic matters. So organic means that they are originated from living things. So they call it as an organic matter. So after death and decay, so that has to be buried by the activity of bacteria or microorganism. So fecal matter also degraded by the bacteria. So paper also it is a what you say, living things originated from plants, and also cloth. So these are also decomposed by the bacteria. Bacteria are very important. So we will discuss now what are the functions of bacteria. Now we understood that composition of water, what it consists. It consists suspended solids, colloidal matter, and dissolved substances. So we have to remember these things. Now we study the bacterial uses. Now bacteria. So for decomposition of the organic matter where it is present in the water system. So we are taking example of a lake. Lake you understood. So you take a lake. So earlier it is small lake. Earlier what happens? It is a small. So you see little like what you see, little organisms are present in that condition. Due to the entry of this pollutants in that lake, slowly what happens? The more the organisms are forming in that condition. So whatever the that condition favors, that organisms formed in that area, like algal blooms, Vicarinia. So there are large numberly growing in that condition. You see, dry one drop. This is the graph. Now here you see this is a concentration. This is a concentration. What? Sewage. This is sewage waste. This is a sewage waste. Sewage waste. How it is formed? It is formed by the. You are taking a river. You are taking an example of river. So sewage. Sewage is taking an example in river. Sewage river. So sewage water in river, waste in river. Okay. We are taking example of this. Sewage means it's a waste polluted water. We are taking a river as an example. Sewage waste in water. What you see? Concentration. 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 Then this is what? BOD. It's a dissolved oxygen. Dissolved oxygen. Dissolved oxygen. Then this is what? Fish kill. Fish kill. And disappearance of disappearance of clean water organism. Clean water organisms. Here reappearance of clean water organisms. So this is BOD. This is the flow. What? Direction of flow. This is the direction of flow. So this is what we are studying, a sewage waste in what? River water. Sewage waste in where? River water. Where? You are taking a water body. It may be a lake or river. What happens? You see. What is a rock? So here organic matter. Organic matter you know very well. The fecal matter, cloth, then paper fibers. These are decomposed by what? Bacteria. Bacteria are very necessary. If bacteria is not present on the, what happens? There is no decomposition. So many debris are present on the what? On the land. So that has to be decomposed by bacteria. So bacteria are very important. So they are playing an important role in ecosystem. So they are balancing the ecosystem. So bacteria are very important. So what it needs for decomposition, the organic matter decomposition requires more oxygen. So bacteria requires more oxygen, more organic matter, more organic matter. So more organic matter is present means it requires more oxygen. Where it is decomposed by what? Bacteria. Bacteria decomposing the what? Organic matter. So you see, when sewage water enters into the river, what happens? Whatever the fish present in that area, they will die. Why? Means whatever the oxygen, dissolved oxygen present in that area, that is utilized by the bacteria for decomposition. So what happens? The concentration of the oxygen, what happens? Minimizing in that area. Where concentration of oxygen decreasing in that water body, what happens? The fish present in that area, they will die. So they will not get what sufficient oxygen, so they will die. Now what happens? After decomposition of that organic matter, what happens? Once again the water will clear and reappearance of the these fishes or organisms. Once again they are reappearing. Why? Means whatever the organic matter is present, that is decomposed by the bacteria. Once again that when it is completely decomposed. So what happens? Now the water body will becomes pure and you see reappearance of the clean water molecule. So bacteria are very necessary. So BOD refers for biological oxygen. It refers biochemical oxygen demand. So you are taking a river as an example or lake as an example. Take river or lake. So they are the water bodies. So whatever the nutrients, these are the nutrients. Nutrients means though they are the organic matter, so they call it as a nutrient. Nutrient what it consists? It is consist nitrates, sodium, phosphate and ammonia. It consists ammonia. So they are the nutrients. So that nutrients favors other organisms or whatever the organism they are favorable for growing in polluted water, they will grow luxuriantly. So whichever organisms they are present in fresh water, they will eliminate it, they will kill. So that condition is occurring. So also ecosystem will also disturbed in this water condition. Where ecosystem? Here water body is an ecosystem. So earlier you see fishes, other organisms are present. Due to the addition of these nutrients or sewage, what happens? The fishes present in that area they are killed. So they are not getting sufficient oxygen. So here whatever organic matter is present, so they require oxygen. So that bacteria require the oxygen. So they call it as a BOD. BOD means biochemical oxygen demand. So you see here what happens? Here more organic matter is present. So what happens? Here oxygen demand is more. Here organic matter is less. So also oxygen demand is less. So what? So here one second reappearance of the organisms took place. Here what happens? Here oxygen is less, so these fishes are killed. So now we understood that due to the pollution, what happens in water body? So it disturbs this natural environment. In natural environment, it's creating threat to the other organism due to the pollution. So we have got idea regarding that. Dear students, discuss now what are the diseases. Diseases means what are the diseases comes due to the pollution. So the diseases are due to pollution, the water pollution. Water pollution. This water pollution, if you are using for usage, whatever polluted water if you are using, the water polluted or polluted water using polluted water effects on human life by causing this by causing this causes the polluted water effects on human life by the disease, by causing diseases, by causing diseases like dysentery, then cholera, then typhoid, jaundice, Pure consumption contaminated water, sewage water is also a contaminated water. So if you are consuming that contaminated water, so what happens? This dysentery. Dysentery means loose motion. So frequently loose motion takes place. So loose motion means reducing the water level in the body. So if it is took place seriously means even death will also happen. Now cholera also comes. Typhoid, typhoid causes fever, severe fever. Then jaundice, jaundice. So these are the symptoms or diseases comes in the women. So for that, what he has to do means before introducing the water body, earlier has to be treated. So that has to be keep in mind. Now we studied domestic sewage, how it occurs, what are the effects produced in water body, we have discussed. Now what are the diseases it is causing in human beings, we have studied. Now we will discuss industrial effluents. Now industrial means industrial effluents. So from the industry, so the pollution is coming. The pollution. So industry, what it is doing? It is creating pollution. So what pollution? They are using the water. So what you see now? First one is chemical manufacture. Then metal extraction. Then metal extraction industry, chemical manufacturing industries, then another paper manufacture, so chemical manufacturing industries, metal extraction industries, then paper manufacturing industries. So these are the industries what they are polluting the water. They are without treating, they are directly discharge the water, the polluted water into the stream, rivers, etc. So these industry pollutant, what it consists? You see, they consist heavy metals. They are toxic. They consist toxic substances. So what it consists? Toxic. Toxic means it is not good for consumption. Whoever consuming this toxic water, their death will happen. So these are toxic substances. What are those toxic substances? They are mercury, then lead, then copper, cadmium. These are the heavy metals. These are what? Heavy metal. They are the toxic substances. So it is not good for human consumption. So what are the heavy metals? So mercury, lead, copper, etc. Now this concentration, this concentration is greater than 5 gram per centimeter cube. So this concentration is joule per centimeter cube there. So these are the toxic. These are not good for human consumption. So they cause, these are the mercury, lead and copper. These are the heavy metals. These are the heavy metals. So how heavy metals are coming from? They are coming from the industries. Industries are also one of the major responsible for the this sewage. So they are also creating the sewage. That sewage polluting the water system. So in domestic sewage, what are the diseases we have occurs we have studied. Now in industrial effluents, they are coming from chemical industry, metal extraction industry, paper manufacture industry. So these industries are producing the water. So that water system consists of toxic substances like mercury, lead, copper, cadmium. So these are the heavy metals. So these heavy metals not good for the human consumption. Now we will discuss DDT, biomagnification. What is biomagnification? Biomagnification. Biomagnification means it is not decomposed by the organism. Earlier we have studied the sewage is decomposed by bacteria. So here in biomagnification, some of the chemicals they are not decomposed, like DDT. DDT, then mercury. So what happens? They will not decompose. So if they are not decomposed, means they enter into the food chain. So it is enter into the food chain. Now biomagnification, the decomposition of substances not takes place. And it is disturbing the ecosystem or food chain. So how it is disturbing? So if it is decomposition, this takes place means it is in a what? In a systematic manner, in a balanced manner. So if it is not decomposing, so what happens? These substances disturb the food chain. How it is they are disturbing means they will not excreted. So these are affect the metabolism. These are affect on metabolism. Then another one is not excretion, not excreted. So metabolism will not take place where organisms are consuming this mercury or DDT. They are not metabolized. Metabolized means different product has to be formed. That product is not forming. So it is disturbing the metabolism and also not excreted. So whatever the content is there, these substances are enters into the body. So they are not excreted. concentrate, so they are present in the body. What happens if they are present in the body? So it creates some other adverse effect in the organism. So why? So they call it as a biomagnification. So their amount is increasing. So their amount is not decreasing. Their concentration is increasing from lower tropical level to higher tropic level. You study aquatic system. You study now. Means what they are the chemicals, they are the substances, so they will not decompose, they are entering into the tropical system of the food chain, they are entering the food chain, so they will not degrading. So when they enter into the organism, so there is no metabolism, so metabolic activities not takes place, they will not they are remaining, they will not excrete. So this is the chemicals, these are the chemicals DDT and mercury. Now we will see water as an how in aquatic system. You see we are studying water body, how DDT is entering into the water body. This is the water, so water, say water, this is the water. Then in water, how much concentration of DDT is present in water? DDT, how much? 0.003 ppb amount of what? DDT is present. How much in water? 0.03 ppb. Next, this again transferred into next tropic level. Tropic means zooplanktons. 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 So this DDT is 0.04 ppm. Then small fish, here 0.5 ppm. Small fish. DDT concentration is. Then big fish. Big fish, what happens? 2 ppm. Then birds. Birds, how much? 25 ppm. So this much of DDT is passing from lower tropic level to higher tropic level. You are taking a water system. The water is polluted by these chemicals, biomagnetic DDT and mercury. They are entering into the water system. So you know DDT they are using and mercury they are produced from industry and somewhere they are using. So they are creating from. So what happens? The DDT will not degrading. So in water system, how much it is present? It is present in water body. It's a example. It's a water body. Water system of you see a lake. You are taking example of lake. So DDT it is it's not visible. So here you are taking a water system, a river. Zero point 003% DDT. What is water? ppb. It's a water. For understanding, parts per million, parts per billion. So this term has like, so this much of what 0.03 parts per billion ddt. Here ddt is present. ddt is present in water body. What happens that water is utilized by the are consumed by the zooplanktons that enters into the what zooplanktons. Zooplanktons what they are eating phytoplanktons. Then these zooplanktons eaten by what small fishes. So how much 0.5% of DDT enter into small fishes. So it is not degraded. Next, how much this 2 ppm. So this much 2 ppm. It is present. It is eaten by small fish. Small fish eaten by big fish. So it is under 2 ppm. 2 parts per million. That DDT. These big fishes eaten by birds. So now here 25 ppm of DDT is entered into the what birds. Now what adverse effect produced in birds you will see. In birds what happens? The thinning of egg, is takes place. So what happens? It thins the egg. Egg is what? Outer shell of the thinning of outer shell of cell. The thinning of egg outer cell takes place. Now thinning of outer egg cell takes place is what happens? What happens? Now right here. The effects in birds is effects in birds due to DDT. So what are the effects they are produced? See, thinning of outer layer of reaction. One is thinning of outer layer of eggshell. So what happens? Premature death takes place. Premature death of hatches under hatching. The bird hatching the what? The small hatches. So premature death of hatches takes place. Then so birds population decreases. So these are the major effects produced in the birds. One is thinning of outer layer of eggshell takes place, premature death of hatches, and bird population decreases. So due to the this biomagnification of DDT takes place. The DDT enters into the water system, so it is what enters into different trophic level. Already we have studied in ecosystem, the how primary producers, primary consumer, tertiary consumer. So like that we have studied. You know very well that one. So like that, this DDT is not degraded. So that is entered into the different trophic level. So it is not degraded. So it causes what? Birds population reducing. When bird population decreases, what happens? Imbalance takes place in the food chain. So whatever the species disturbance takes place means, so it affects on the ecosystem. So how it affects? Imbalance takes place. So everyone should be present. Every organism present in has to be present. So they are doing their own role in the ecosystem. have heard this. Terror of Bengal. I have to complete. This one I will say. I have to complete this one. Terror of Bengal. Terror of Bengal. So these are the introduced plants. They are the colorful or move plants. They are different. They are showing. They are floating on the surface of the water. They are floating. Where polluted water. The terror of Bengal. Where they are growing polluted water. Polluted water. So what they are doing? They blocking the water passage. They blocking the water canal or water passage. How they are growing. They are the terror of Bengal. They grow. Where they are growing, the polluted water, they grow. Then they blocking the water canal or whatever the water airways or waterways. They are blocking the waterways. Ways means way. They are blocking the waterways. Then another one thing, they are floating. They are the floating on surface of water. They are different beautiful. They are beautiful beautiful color flowers. See, where they are growing polluted water. Where polluted water, they are also growing, and all the blooms are growing. So they are growing beautiful. They are the Bengal. These are the Icornia species. They are Bengal means they are Icornia. I'll write it now. These are Icornia. This Icornia species. So they grow in what? Air in polluted water. In polluted water they are growing. They are beautiful color flowers. They are introduced. What for their beauty? What they have done? They are introduced in our India. So in polluted water they are luxuriantly growing. So women cannot be removing. So that much of speedily they are growing. So that much of growth is there. Women cannot remove easily. Women can't remove easily because of their rapid growth. The rapid growth, what happens? Whatever you are removing, today you are started to remove. If you are removing, next day it is so luxuriantly they are growing. So that much of speedily they are growing. Why means the abundant organic matter is present in sewage water. So they are growing. So when they are growing, these Bengal. So these are plants, the Icornia species. These are Icornia species. So these Icornia species, they also qualify terror of Bengal. So they block the airway, their waterways. They block the waterway. So what happens when waterways are blocking? That whatever the water is there, they will not go in that direction. So that water can move everywhere. So like that, it is it creating disturbance. So when they are growing, already we have discussed whatever the present organism present in the water, the fishes they will also die. The fishes, thus the other effects. These effects what happens? Effects death of the fishes, fishes, fishes takes place. So what? So this organic matter is present, so more oxygen is needed. So we have discussed that that is decomposed by the what bacteria. In this case, polluted water. You see, this terror of Bengal. This plant is a different flower color. So that is based on their beauty, they introduced into the water body in our India. So they are what happens? They are causing terror. Terror means so they are growing more in number. So for their growth, what happens? Whatever the organism present in that water body, the fishes they will die. They will not get sufficient oxygen. So death of the fishes also takes place. So this is the one of the major effect produced by the Icarnia species. These are called terror of Bengal. Terror of Bengal means this is a plant species. The Icarnia species they majorly grow in polluted water. Another you see the polluted area, the algal blooms are also growing. Algal blooms. So they also produce toxic substances and produce pleasant, unpleasant smell or odor. Odor means odor. This algal bloom or phytoplanktons also called algal blooms or phytoplanktons. Phytoplanktons. You see here what happens. So they form in luxuriantly. They grow luxuriantly. One point. Another point. It pollute what it produces unpleasant odor. Unpleasant odor. This point. So the water becomes toxic. Water becomes toxic. See dear students, the algal bloom where they are growing in polluted water. In polluted water they are growing. So in polluted water, not we have discussed in polluted water Icaria species is luxuriant wood. They are also called terror of Bengal. So they are introduced in our India. So they are growing luxuriantly. So whenever they are growing in more in number, what happens? Whatever the species present in that area, they will die. And also this algal blooms. If they are growing in the sewage water, what happens? It produces pleasant, unpleasant, or unpleasant means you cannot inhale, you cannot take that smell. So that kind of smell they are producing. So also the water become toxic, or water it is not suitable for drinking. We are getting it is not suitable for drinking. So that is the thing happening due to the water pollution. So dear student, we have discussed today domestic sewage and industrial effluents. So in that bacterial role we have discussed, and in polluted water what happens is algae are growing, and also the Icaria species of terror of Bengal they are also growing. So wherever the polluted water is, they are favorable for their growth. If they are growing means whatever species present in that area they will die. So they will not get a sufficient water, so that organisms are die. When organic matter is completely what decayed, what happens? So reappearance of organisms takes place. Whatever organic matter is present, when they completely decompose, what happens? The water will becomes clear. That time, this once again the it favors the organisms to what form, or it gives new. You see, this we have discussed. Now we have discussed DDT. DDT means it is not non-degradable one. So mercury and DDT we have discussed, and in DDT in water system how it is entering in different trophic level. So after when entering in top trophic level, so in top trophic level we have discussed they will not metabolize. What happens? It is not excreted. Whatever the content present in that organism, when they are laying the egg, the outer shell of the thinning of cell takes place. The egg cell, egg thinning it takes place. Thinning of outer wall of the shell. No shell, egg shell, egg shell. This is the outer wall. Thinning of this layer takes place. So premature hatches, death happens, and bird population becomes decreasing. So these are the adverse effects produced by the water pollution. I think that you may have understood. So in next class we will discuss eutrophication. So we will stop the class. Thank you.